this is probably the most important video that I've ever made, because what I'm saying to you, what I'm admitting to you right now, is that I don't know what I'm doing. So I've been toying with this idea of the last half for a while now. It's at least 5 years, perhaps a little longer. And it's this question of how to spend the last half of your life. So I'm 50 now, 50 years old, and statistically speaking, I am well into the second half of my life. Yikes. It's crazy to say that out loud. And in 2018, my best friend and I, we had decided we would make this web series documenting our travels as two middle-aged guys, kind of trying to discover how to live your best last half of your life. And we were on this quest to figure out like how to maximize the last half of our life. We pictured it as part Anthony Bourdain, part hardcore history, but with liberal amounts of booze and humor and good laughs throughout. And for our first episode, we had already traveled to Singapore and Bali. We even shot a few scenes that you've been watching overlaid here as I talk. But as happens in life, things got in the way. Life got complicated for both of us. Then COVID hit in 2020, and it trapped me here in Shanghai, China for 4 years. So there was no traveling, there was no web series, unfortunately. So the vision for the web series died. I mean, perhaps one day we'll revive it. The idea behind the last half, so the theme of the web series, like I've said, is how to maximize the last half of your life. That idea is still a guiding principle that I've thought a lot about. I am well into the last half of my life. As I said, I'm 50 years old, almost 51. And that fact has me thinking, and it has me planning. And if I'm honest, it has me panicking a little bit. Of course, we all know that none of us are guaranteed even getting one more day, let alone a whole nother half. But for fear of sounding morbid, let's stick with the average life expectancy data that we have. Hopefully I will at least hit that number, which is, for an American male, 73.5 years. That's the life expectancy for an American male. Based on this, I've already lived 69.3% of my life. Now, hopefully, with modern medicine, and if I can figure out how to get healthier, let's just say I hit the average. And I think thinking about it this way is super motivational. It gets me out of bed. It makes sure that my morning routines are great. It has solidified my mind around how do I want to spend these last remaining years. And if I'm honest, I've also been trying to trick my mind a little bit. Now, bear with me, this is a little bit of a strange theory, but when you're thinking about how to stay focused, how to stay motivated, especially on something as difficult as, maybe reinventing yourself late in life, as I'm trying to do, for the first 20 years of your life, you don't really do a whole lot. You go to school, you listen to what your parents tell you to do. Sure, you have some fun, you learn a lot, but you're not accomplishing much, right? You're not working, most people aren't working. You've maybe just graduated high school in your first year or so of college, but not a whole lot of, accomplishments. You've just kind of laid some groundwork. In my head, the way I'm trying to trick myself into feeling better about being 50, I'm just kind of erasing the first 20 years of my life and calling that year zero. Kind of concept in my head, I'm 30. I'm 30 years old. Now, I don't know if this is psychologically healthy to be, thinking about it this way. There's probably a psychologist that'll say, no, it's better if you just embrace the fact that you're 50. But for me, in our society in general, there's this antagonism around age, ageism. And, you see it in our marketing, you see it in our sports stars. I saw some meme the other day, and it was the oldest player in the NBA is 39 and the youngest is 19. And I'm sitting here thinking, 39? Wow, that's super young. That's super young.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Anyways, this is not about the NBA or how old basketball players are. I'm trying to figure out ways to make myself feel a little younger in spirit, a little younger in mind, in mindset. Look, and I admit this is a strange way to see things, that I'm a 30-year-old all of a sudden. But if you were trying to restart your life or maybe reinvent your life, do things differently and really seize that last half that we're talking about, then to me, this mindset shift is critical to make sure that you have this breakthrough and that you're not kept in this mental model of, I'm too old to start, I'm too old to chase my dreams, I'm too old to accomplish what I always dreamed of. That is 100% bullshit, okay? I mean, take comfort in the fact that most people are just starting to put their life together at 30. And then between 30 and 60 is where they really build, right? They maybe start a family, they have their career by then, they're buying property, they actually have assets, maybe they've got some money saved if they're lucky. A lot of people don't. But having said that, we have to break out of this mindset that at 50, our life is locked in, that it's predetermined, that we can never reimagine things, that we can never start again and do something different. We don't know how our life will inevitably end up. It's not a set pattern. We're not locked in. And if there is no set pattern, if there's no magical force that is orchestrating our life on some, predetermined destiny of some sort, then that means we have the power to change things with our habits, with our determination, with our hard work. We can still alter our own narrative. We can course control. We can jump off the pre-drawn map that maybe your family or your culture or your society has given you. Jump off that map and draw your own. Start a new path, a new journey. So some of you watching this are probably my age or older. I'll bet that some of you are still living the life that your parents wanted you to live, that you're doing the things that your parents wanted you to do, that you're working the job that your parents or your guidance counselor or your spouse has told you you should have. Many of us spent way too long trying to live up to the vision in our head that we had from our parents or our culture or our hometown or our friends and family. And if you are near my age, the sad thing is, some of our parents are already gone. My father died quite a long time ago, but yet there's so many people who are still caught up in living for people who are not even still here. They passed long ago. We are still worried about what they might think. Now look, if your true dreams and aspirations align with what your parents, or again, like your society, your culture, wanted you to do, then awesome. I mean, if that's what you've always dreamt of doing and you're now doing it, then to be honest, switch on another video. You don't need to watch this. You're already well ahead of most people, including myself. But if you are like me, someone who eventually, through a lot of hard work and courage, jumped off that preordained path, you're happy and proud of yourself, but now you're kind of lost in the woods on your own. You don't now have a course. You don't really know what to do. That's how I've felt for a really long time. Sure, I have a job, I have a family, I have a career, I have hobbies and interests, but if I'm totally honest, I'm still a little aimless. I'm still a little off course. I'm still trying to determine my own course. And a lot of us find ourselves in this situation and we're like, now what? Well, fear not. We're gonna get through this together. Striking out and doing the work to actualize the vision of the kind of life you want to live is the only pursuit that matters now. It's really the only pursuit that matters at any stage of life. But again, if you're like me, you're a little bit deeper into your life's journey, you're in the last half maybe like I am, it becomes your number one focus. And this is the only thing that I've been able to think about lately. And please know that just because I'm making this video doesn't mean I have it all figured out. In fact, this is probably the most important video that I've ever made, because what I'm saying to you, what I'm admitting to you right now is that I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm going to be documenting the process of me trying to figure this out. And sure, I figured out a few things. I read hundreds of books. I've read hundreds of books, probably close to 1,000 books in my life. And I have learned some stuff. I have gained some knowledge, but I'm still well away from that deep wisdom that I desire to attain. But I believe I can get there. I know I can get there, and you can too. So if you've been following me for any length of time, you may know my personal philosophy. Be open, be free, and be gone. So be open to new challenges and perspectives and perceptions. Be open to new cultures, new experiences, new mentors, new challenges, and new journeys in life. And now we get to be free. Be free of the mental models that have held us back. Be free of dogmatic beliefs and cultural folklore that holds us prisoners or that no longer serves you. Be free of your family and religious and cultural norms if they don't serve you. Be free of the possible decades of apathy and laziness, depression and loneliness. Be free of hate and bias and pain and heartache. And finally, be gone. Travel far and wide if possible. Get out of your hometown forever, or at least for the day. Be gone from the people and places in your life that hold you back. Be gone from that unmotivated stranger that you see in the mirror in the morning when you're too lazy to do the activity that will make your heart sing. And be gone from the patterns of resistance and sloth that buries your dreams under a mountain of wasted days. This is my personal motto, my personal philosophy for living. Be open, be free, and be gone. But here's the really tragic part. I haven't lived it, not really. I think about it a lot, I talk about it a lot, but I haven't been consistent with these practices. I've fallen into really bad patterns, especially in 2022. I was doing great for the first 2 years after COVID. I was actually doing okay, but the lockdown in Shanghai, the 3-month lockdown, if I'm totally frank, it broke me. Now, you may not have noticed outwardly looking, you know, I wasn't falling apart, I still went to work, I still paid all my bills, got everything done, but my spirit for living life to the fullest had been broken. And I kind of sunk into a 2-year doldrum, light depression, whatever you want to call it. I just lost my way. Honestly, I just lost my way. What I thought was going to be a short break from my family, sent them home in 2020, ended up being a 4-year terrible decision. It ended up being 4 years of pain and frustration and loneliness and heartbreak because I missed 4 years of my family's life. And for the first 2 years, I could rationalize it. Oh, it'll be over soon, it'll be over soon, it'll be over soon. Yeah, the Shanghai lockdown broke me. So that's why I'm making this video, is because this is just as much for me as it is for any of you who are watching. I need to get back on track. I need to get back to that person who had a zest for life, who wanted to go out and see things and do things and accomplish things. And that's what I've been doing the last few months, is that I have been taking the steps, learning the things, reading the things to get moving again. I have more to do, more to see, more to learn, more to grow, and more to savor. I don't want to sit in front of the television until I'm dead, doing nothing with my life. So I need to push myself to make something special out of the last half of my life. That's what this video is about. This is what I'm kicking off here in this walking and talking video, is that I am embarking on a series of challenges, of goals, of commitments that I'm making to turn things around, to turn my life around, to get back on track. Making meaningful change in your life is scary, but I'll be showing up here speaking about these issues and these challenges and committing to sharing it all with you. You don't need to do the things that I'm doing, but my hope is that as you see the types of goals and challenges that I set for myself, and then how I go about accomplishing those things, that they inspire some sort of action on your part. Because no matter how old you are, if you're 20 and just starting out, if you're 50 like me, if you're 80 and looking towards 90, we can all figure out ways to maximize the time that we have left. Because what choice do we have? Truly, what choice do we have? Roll over and die early? That's not for me. That's not how I live. That's not how I'm gonna live. I did that for 2 years. I just quietly shelved everything that I was working on, and I just went through the motions. But you have to understand your whys. Like, get real with why you want to do this. And then once you understand the whys, the whats become clearer. Why do you want to get healthier? Why do you want to build a more stable financial life? Why do you want to continue to learn and grow? And then once you understand the whys, then the whats start to fall in place. I'm not too concerned about the wins, because when is now. We're in the last half of our life. I am. And I don't have time to waste. I don't have any more time. So for me, when is now? I'm starting today. So true to the concept of this video, I will be releasing a video next week where I'm going to announce a big goal for myself. And it's not just a goal, but it'll be kicking off a series of videos where I am going to be working on a long-term project and documenting it all and sharing it all with you. This is part inspiration, hopefully. Some of you might appreciate seeing someone, you know, at this stage of life trying, like I said, to reinvent themselves and really retake the control that maybe they lost. But also this will serve as an accountability tool for me by publicly announcing something and then forcing myself to do it. So in this series, I'm going to be sharing not only the project that I'm going to be working on, but there will be subsequent projects as well. Some of it will be self-development based, some of it will be about writing, some of it will be about maybe finance and fitness. But ultimately, for me at least, it's about creativity and fulfillment. I'll be sharing these in a variety of videos. Some of them will be vlogs, some of them will be more like talking head, maybe in my office. And then some of them might even be like concept films. And again, I want to be clear, you don't have to do the things that I'm doing. But by sharing my life goals, the stuff that I'm setting out to accomplish, I'll be documenting the processes, the routines, the tools, the systems that I use, and then hopefully you learn something as well. You get inspired to try something that maybe you're passionate about. All right, so that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Please tune in next week. It's gonna be the big announcement video for my big goal, my big project, and then we'll do it together. I don't know what to expect, but I know that I can't shake this thought out of my head that this is the last half of the one life that I get, and I'm not gonna waste it. And neither should you. I'll see you next week.